Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
I believe you're looking at the next Vice President of the United States.
Tributes have been pouring in for the former US Vice President Dick Cheney, who has died at the age of 84. His family said he died from complications of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease on Monday night. Cheney served as President Gerald Ford's White House Chief of Staff in the 70s before spending a decade in the House of Representatives. He was a key architect of President George W. Bush's war on terror after the 9/11 attacks.
We have, in effect, destroyed most of the Iraqi army. We have taken out most of the infrastructure. The lights are out in Baghdad.
And an early advocate of the invasion of Iraq in 2003. Cheney later became a bitter critic of the Republican Party under the leadership of President Donald Trump.
He's a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters.
Donald Trump has endorsed Andrew Cuomo in the New York City mayor's race, urging voters not to elect left-wing frontrunner Zoran Mamdani, who he described as a communist. The president said he would be reluctant to send more than the very minimum level of federal funding to his hometown of New York if Mamdani was elected. He describes himself as a democratic socialist and has rejected accusations he is a communist. Opinion polls suggest Mamdani, the Democratic nominee, is ahead of Cuomo, who is running as an independent after Mamdani bested him in the Democratic primary.
It's going to be hard for me as the president to give a lot of money to New York because if you have a communist running New York, all you're doing is wasting the money you're sending there. So I don't know that he's won, and I'm not a fan of Cuomo one way or the other, but if it's going to be between a bad Democrat and a communist, I'm going to pick the bad Democrat all the time, to be honest with you.
Today is Election Day. It is a day that we have been dreaming of for more than a year. And as much as things have changed over the course of this campaign, in many ways it is the same campaign we launched on October 23rd. A campaign that looks to transform the most expensive city in the United States of America into one that's affordable for each and every person that calls it home.
At least 7 climbers, including 5 foreigners and 2 Nepalis, have died after being hit by an avalanche on a Himalayan peak in northeastern Nepal. The incident happened at 9 a.m. local time on Monday near the base camp in Dholaka district. Rescuers located 2 bodies and are still searching for the remaining 5, who are believed to have been buried by snow. 8 others have been rescued and are in the capital Kathmandu getting treatment for their injuries. The Philippines Disaster Agency says at least 3 people have been killed and hundreds of thousands have been forced to flee their homes as a typhoon ripped through the country. Typhoon Kalmegi has flooded large areas, including entire towns in the island of Cebu. Videos show people sheltering on rooftops, while cars and shipping containers have been swept through the streets. A military helicopter deployed to assist relief efforts crashed in northern Mindanao Island, the Philippine Air Force said. It is not yet clear if there were any survivors of the crash. A rail worker credited with saving multiple lives during a mass stabbing on a train has been named as Samir Zitouni. The 48-year-old's actions on the Doncaster to London King's Cross service on Saturday evening were described as nothing short of heroic. Mr. Zitouni remains critically unwell but stable in hospital, according to British Transport Police. Anthony Williams from Peterborough has been charged with 10 counts of attempted murder. A Romanian worker who was trapped after part of a medieval tower collapsed in the heart of Rome has died, according to hospital officials. Octav Stroici was pulled free at 11 p.m. local time, nearly 12 hours after a section of the Torre dei Conti on the edge of the famous Roman Forum and close to the Colosseum gave way and trapped him beneath. His heart stopped in the ambulance and doctors at the hospital he was rushed to were unable to save him. And the Prince of Wales has been presented with the keys to Rio de Janeiro as he began a 5-day visit to Brazil. Prince William was on the city's Sugarloaf Mountain with a bird's-eye view of the iconic Christ the Redeemer statue as he received the honour from the city's mayor. Earlier, a keen footballer, William played football with local children at the famous Maracanã Stadium. He is visiting Brazil for the first time with 2 key environmental missions. On Wednesday, he will present the Earthshot Prize, the annual award from the charity he set up himself. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.